I'm Peg Monahan, and I am Executive Director for the Keene Senior Center. I'm here to urge you to continue your support of the Senior Center. You have supported it for many years, and it will hopefully continue to do so. I'm also a member of the Elm City Rotary, and the DeMar Marathon is on your list. And the Senior Center is involved with this program with the Super Senior Marathon. So I'm here with two hats on and urging your support for both. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay. Thank you, Peg.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Phil Huber. I'm representing Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I simply want to thank the city for its longstanding and continued support of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Our 400 children facing adversity continue to need your support, and frankly, they, through the help of their volunteer mentors, they save the city considerable sums of money down the road by avoiding very costly services. So some of the council members have actually served as bigs, and I want to thank you for that. And I'll close with our kids depend on people like you. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Anyone else? Yes.
Hard to see.
Yes, Mindy.
Hi. Mindy Cambiar, I'm the Executive Director of 100 Nights, the local shelter, emergency shelter. I would like to thank the city and the council for the support that you've shown us in the last year, and I would encourage you to think about funding us in the amount of $20,000 for the next year instead of the 11 that is in the budget, and hope that any of you who have questions regarding the fact sheet that I sent out earlier in the week or last week would call me or email me or ask me. Thank you.
What was the figure that you're asking for, Mindy?
I was asking for $20,000.
All right. Thank you. Yes.
My name is Edwin Brooks, and full disclosure here, I'd like to say first of all that I'm not a resident of the city of Keene. I reside in Harrisville, New Hampshire, and I'd like to just give you a perspective on how some folks in the region might perceive the city of Keene and its the services that it offers to the citizens in the Monadnock region. I'm a member of the board of directors of the 100 Nights Shelter and Resource Center. And I would just like to second the comments of Mindy Cambiar that you just heard. I think it might be noteworthy for members of this respectful council to keep in mind that many citizens of surrounding towns in Keene depend upon this city to provide services that our local towns are not able to afford because of our size. But I want to assure you that residents of surrounding towns support so many of the social services organizations that are provided in the city of Keene, and we support that effort not only with our volunteer services, but also with our funds. My wife and I, who are retired clergy, are active in fundraising for the community kitchen, as well as the 100 Nights Resource Center, and for we are supporters of the Monadnock United Way. So I'm just urging that you take into consideration the civic-minded reputation that you have in this area, and thank you for the support that you've given to your social service agencies. And I would just urge that you consider an increase in the appropriation that you might be willing to make to the 100 Nights shelter for homeless people, because you may remember we've had a very cold winter. It was very long, and the demand on our services were much increased during the past year. So again, we thank you for your support in the past, and we respectfully ask that you consider an increase in what you're able to provide us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Good evening. My name is Sandy Carey. I am a Keene resident. I live at Formanadnock Court in Keene. I'm also on the board of directors for 100 Nights and would like to agree with Ed and Mindy on looking at the funding increase for this year. Last year in our 100 Night session, we gave over 1,900 beds to homeless people or people who had no place else to go. Several of those were Keene residents. Some were not, but they were directed to us from other facilities within the state. So I'd just like to support 100 Nights and hope that you can be as generous as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
I would be requesting less money in the budget. It's, unlike the others, this,
Would you please state your name and
oh,
address?
I'm sorry, Joseph Mirzoff, 50 Summit Road. I'm looking at page 31, the bottom line, number 62605, which is parking space rental. It's $32,660. This is money that the general fund pays to the parking fund so that city employees can have free parking. I made the case before to the Finance Committee that there are 4 good reasons why this is not a fair thing to do. All other users pay, so city employees should pay. This is the second reason to do otherwise is to encourage a policy of elitism for government employees. While government employees are important, so are people who feed people, so are people who clothe people. And so I don't think that it justifies special treatment. It's counterproductive to the purpose of the parking, because free reserved parking, the free part means it's more used. If it's not free, some will substitute other ways. If it's not reserved, then spots can be used when they're empty. If they're reserved, they can't be used when they're empty. And finally, the 4th reason is that city employees are very well paid. They're a cross-section of our community, and they're very well paid compared to the rest of the community. I did an analysis, which all of you received several weeks back, and it's with benefits and overtime, the average city employee makes about $90,000, and household income is about $50,000 for median household income, which could be several sources of income. So it doesn't seem fair that the taxpayer should have to pay for this parking, and I would hope that you could phase it out maybe in 1 year or 2 years, and so that city employees would be paying their fair share, and that the system would be more efficient because of that.
Okay, does anyone else wish to speak about the outside agencies? Ruth, if you'd like to address the council at this point.
Is this